Okay, cool. I can finally record this somewhat. Nope, never mind. My brother's already talking. And that's going to ruin the video. But welcome back, players and trainers. This is week 2 for LDL Majors. Your boy, the Blazin Squid, coach of the Toronto Thundurus, will be taking on Apollo, the Thundurus. The Portland Thundurus. Yes. So his team, as you guys can see below, what he's bringing. I know this is not like when it was happening, like Isaac was already using the computer, so I could not record it live. And like probably 2 minutes into the battle, he got off. So I was like, I'm not gonna record this like 2 minutes. Like on turn 2, I could have, but I said nah. Let's just do a post-com. Let's do what Zemanon and all these fantastic coaches that do post-coms usually commentate, and I really don't know how they usually go about this. But my opponent's team is bringing the Miltank, Scizor, Mesprit, Rotom Wash, Thundurus, and Electivire. The rest of his team kind of looks very powerful. He has Mega Mawile, he has Buzzwole, he has Slowbro. I actually expected Slowbro to come on this match. Drapion, Camerupt, and Roselia were some of the other mons he had. I really did see Electivire coming. I saw the Miltank. I saw the Mesprit because he needed the bulk. Rotom Wash because Rotom Wash could take on Charizard's like Fire Core or my Victini, better yet. And he loves his Thundurus. Thundurus never stays at home. And Scizor was actually a very unexpected bring for me since I have a fire team. So I really didn't expect it to come, but he did bring it. So that's his 6. When it comes to Electivire, I'm scouting for a Scarf Electivire. Scarf Electivire can actually be problematic for me. Like it will outspeed Charizard, get off a wild charge and just straight off kill me, or probably potentially it outspeeds anybody on my team. Outspeed Jolteon, get off an Earthquake because it could be a physical set. Not sure about like Scizor. Scizor can't do much once again. Like maybe Hidden Power Rock, expecting my Charizard to come in, but that's even too risky for him to do. Having Nidoqueen and stuff like that. Mesprit's here for like rocks, just a slow U-turn. I always see it like as a rocker, probably Trick Room Setter. I prefer Uxie because Uxie's bulkier, but that's fine. A defensive Rotom. I'm always going to expect a defensive Rotom in case I don't see leftovers on Rotom. I'm going to assume 2 things. It's either going to be a health increasing berry, or he's gonna be a Rindo berry to counter my Charizard. And then he has the Thundurus. I'm prepping hard for Psychenium Z. It is a Z captain. Psychenium Z, because of the fact it can, like, he can handle my whole team except Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen would be the biggest problem, but it gets access to Psychic. Psychenium Z off. And then Miltank is gonna be his rock setter. Our opponent, Shane, did it last week. Early rocks, puts pressure on Charizard, stuff like that. So I think Miltank will come off here. And as you guys can see, it's going to be his lead. Try to get rocks up. So I have to play around rocks. I didn't bring a defogger this week, so I really have to be careful. But for my team, we have a Flame Charge Charizard. It's also holding Focus Blast to take on the Miltank, Flamethrower for Stab, and Solar Beam for the Rotom, or the Slowbro in case it came. Victini is going to be a special set. It's got Energy Ball for the Slowbro. It's got U-Turn. It's got Blue Flare. And it's got Psychic. Rabombi's going to be key. It's a Life Orb Quiver Dance set. This also helps out with the Slowbro, with the Bug Buzz, Moonblast, and Energy Ball. Energy Ball just so I can hit the Rotom a little harder. I could have ran for Hitting Power Fire, but did not see Scizor as big as of a threat, having the Victini and having the Charizard on my team. We're going to have a Work-Up Jolteon this week, so it's going to be super interesting. Why Work-Up? The reason why it's Work-Up, it's a modest Work-Up, by the way, because if I can get to +1, it's doing about 90% to the Thundurus alone. And I think to the Electivire as well with the Hidden Power Ground. So that's fantastic, and we're holding a Shuka, so that way we could take the Earthquake from the Electivire, and that way we can scout if it is Scarf, and then that means Charizard can come in and stuff like that. So yeah, just get up 1 workup. 1 workup with rocks up means Thundurus dies to a Thunderbolt, Electivire dies to Hidden Power Ground, A lot of mons just go down to it. Like, seriously, just go down to it. A nasty plot, Lucario this set. Enough speed to outspeed the Mesprit by 1 point. That's all I want to outspeed it. I know it's going to be probably the best switch in, so I need to make sure, and hopefully it's rocking more of a Cobra Berry than a Cassib Berry, and so it doesn't take my my Ghost CMZ, which we are rocking this week with the Aura Spear and Flash Cannon. And then last but not least, we're holding a Payapa Berry, Nidoqueen with Rocks, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower. Flamethrower just for the Scizor in case it did come, just because, you know, thing, so it wants to defog. Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks stops the momentum. I know he likes a little bit of momentum, so that's going to help me out a lot. And just Ice Beam for the Thunder. And last but not least, we have the Thunderbolt for the Slowbro. Yeah, Slowbro. That's what it was. But without further ado, players and trainers, let's jump into the match. So we're going to lead off with Victini, our Scarfer here. And he's going to lead off Miltank. And there's more music, or is it super low? Yeah, it's just super low. So I just put it off for you guys. Alright, so he's going to lead off Miltank, and I'm like, alright, rocks are going to, like, seriously, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not running taunts on this Victini to set, which I probably should run 1 week, but that's fine. So we're going to U-turn. We're going to gauge, and that's, I'm like, that's probably, like, average, quote-unquote, Miltank set. Like, seriously, it's your average set. I'm going to bring in Lucario, expecting these rocks to come in and scare this thing out. Go for that nasty plot. Just put on pressure. Like, if we can dent a few things on his team just right off the bat, that'd be fantastic. So nasty plot is going to come off here, which is awesome. And without further ado, I'm just like, I hope he doesn't switch out. Like, if he switches back out into Miltank, I'm in trouble. But then I'm free to click the Aura Spear, and nothing on his team wants to take the Aura Spear. So we're going to go for the Ghost CMZ. He stays in, and I'm like, that is just great. That is fantastic. We just need to see no berry pop out. I don't even know if with the berry at +2 he could have taken this. I don't think so. Like, seriously speaking, that's a cool animation. I love it. And that thing is just going to drop. Straight up drop. So that's awesome. And then next up, we're going to have the Electivire come in. And I'm like, I could switch out, but I could go for an Aura Spear. Guess what? We're faster. And I was like, oh, okay. And he drops. I was shocked. I 100% was shocked. Talking with Apollo afterwards, I got the maximum roll. Like, seriously, with his spread, it was a 6.3 chance to kill. So I'm going here, and I'm like, okay, Psychenium Z is coming off. I can live this. Lucario is going to put some chip damage onto this Thundurus. But Thundurus is going to unleash, and it's actually going to be Kick of All Havoc. Super shocked that my opponent actually goes for that. So reasoning why I'm shocked he goes for that is because of the fact I have a Jolteon on the back and I have a Nidoqueen. I debated if I go into Nidoqueen, but if my opponent here gone for a nasty plot plus the Psychenium Z, it's just a problem, and I wouldn't kill with the Ice Beam. So expecting my opponent to kind of like be scared to scare just like hard switch out here. I'm gonna go and get my Stealth Rocks up. I know I'm gonna need the extra chip damage for my Jolteon late game if it ever came to that. Plus 2 of them would 100% just put it in Jolteon range to kill 100%. So I'm gonna go for Thunderbolt here, not expecting the sub whatsoever. Not expecting it whatsoever. So, and it doesn't break, so I'm scared. But I'm like, Hydro Pump, that's fine. We are running specially defensive Nidoqueen this week. We can eat up hits for... It's a crit. So we can't eat up hits for days. I thought we did. So I'm thinking here, and I'm like, okay, I need to break this sub somehow. Wait, how about better yet? Let's not break the sub. Let's attack through the sub, since sound-based moves go through subs. So I go for thing, and I was like, dude, I think that did exactly either 25 or it did exactly 25. Like, seriously, now that we're looking at both at the gauge, well, not both of us, yeah, probably like 2 of you guys are watching, or us, you, like, whoever you are, I love you. So you guys can see, like, it's like right on the line for 25%. It's probably like 1 HP above, if anything, or it's exactly at 25. So my opponent realized that and notices and says, well, he's gonna use the Rox's advantage maybe, but I'm just gonna Bug Buzz again, and that's gonna do a good chunk. It did about 30%, I want to say. Yeah, a little over 30%. So Life Orb Tinkerbell here is putting in the finest of works. So I'm thinking here, and I'm like, if he bullet punches, that's fine, because I can bring in either Victini next turn, or I can bring in Charizard. I was really wanting to bring in Charizard. Charizard would have been more pressure on his team, seeing that the Thundy and stuff. So he actually switches back into Rotom, gets off the Iapa Berry. So I was like, okay. At that point, when I didn't see lefties, and I was like, this guy might be more of a berry increasing than anything. So just get off another Bug Buzz. It doesn't kill off. My opponent actually went for Toxic due to the fact he didn't want me to Quiver Dance up and just, you know, cause too much problems, which in my opinion is all fair play, but I can't Quiver Dance up with a Scizor in the back. Like, I think even with Berry, Bullet Punch just is too much for me to handle. So at this point, he has the Thundurus, Miltank, and the Scizor. I have Charizard, Victini, and Jolteon. What does that mean? I have 2 fire types, and he has 2 mons that really don't want to take on my fire types. A Scarf Victini destroys the Thundurus, and his best answers to my 2 fire types are the Miltank. So I expected Miltank 100% to come in here. I'm going to go for Jolteon, and I'm going to get up that workup. We got the workup up. I'm going to see how much this Thunderbolt does. We're going to gauge. So my opponent actually, I expected him to attack me beforehand, but he actually went for the Milk Drink to gauge. And due to the fact that he did go for the Milk Drink is like super unfortunate, because of the fact that, as you guys see, I got a free workup, and I'm almost full HP, not barring the rocks. So that gave me an opportunity. Even if he had Earthquake and he had gone for it, I would have been able to live it due to the fact of the Shuka, and I would have had more HP. So, and seeing that the gauge we got from the Victini U-turn earlier, since we could be able to tell that it was more of a defensive Miltank than a especially offensive one, to see it do over 50% was fantastic for our Jolteon here. And as mentioned, we got the rocks up at +1, modest to a Thundurus Eye, was just enough to kill, so that's awesome. He's going to bring in the Miltank one last time, and we're just going to get off another Thunderbolt here and call it a GG. A very good opponent, very good match to my opponent here, Apollo. A very fast-paced game, if you ask me. Like, seriously, well, including the calcs and stuff like that, it's not as fast. But as you guys can see, just turn 3 a kill, turn 4 a kill, turn 5 a kill. Like, 3 mons dropped within 5 turns. So that's how I like to play Pokemon. That's how I like to play my game. And then those last 3 turns, just 3 mons just dropped just back to back. So Jolteon putting in the finest of works, being our kill leader with 5 kills, 2 last game, and now a few here. Lucario picking up 2 kills, fantastic. Rabambi picking up his first kill, I love it. I'm really enjoying this team. Nidoqueen unfortunately did not get to put in as much work, but it's okay. It's all okay. So with that said, players and trainers, that's gonna be the end of this week 2. But with that said, you guys are amazing. Stay blazing. Stay tuned for week number 3. We're gonna face Carlos and his team. I think they're like the Chicago Cubs, I think, something like that. I'm just trying to see if Rabambi was the Life Orb said it was. You know what I wish the Rabambi got? Swarm. A Rabambi got Swarm. That would have been fan. I don't know. I just don't know. I'd probably lose it. I'd probably lose it. But like to Rotom Wash, if he was not behind the sub and we had just lived, would energy ball been enough? I think it would have. Energy ball probably would have been enough to take this thing out. 64 to 77%. Oof. Close, but not close enough. Close, but not close enough. And he has actually, you know, he did have investments because Moonblast did that much. Yeah, Bug Buzz did less. Did I get the minimum roll on Bug Buzz? Or he's just that special? No, I got a mid roll. No, I probably got a lower to mid roll. All right, I'm rambling. You guys are amazing. Stay blazing. Squid out.